Hello everybody, I'm Richard Gon of Back to Live podcast version. So this time, what I'd like to talk about is not prohibition, but not prohibition, but legislation, which is what I'd like to talk about. So I almost said regulation, but actually, so images, stuff like that, not prohibition. So so what I'm going to talk about is the prohibitions and the legislation or regulations of marijuana uses and drinking alcoholic drinks and adult contents. So this, so I told you three types of goods or three goods. So one which is marijuana or drugs in colloquially saying, maybe you can understand. We can understand what drug is or by using the word drug or drugs in plural term. And another one is alcoholic drinks. So in the case of my country, alcoholic drinks are allowed or permitted. But actually, so some country bans or some country prohibits the consumption, maybe the consumption of alcoholic drinks in every part of the country, or in the case of some countries, only drinking alcoholic drinks in public places is regulated or banned. And when it comes to adult content, some Asian countries and some European countries still ban or prohibit. So in such situations, so in this episode, I'd like to tell you that it's fine to permit, or it's fine to allow people to enjoy those three stuff, which is what I'd like you to know this time. So which is why I created I decided the title, not prohibition, but legislation. Well, so if you don't know some, maybe most of you know the meaning of legislation, but actually, so the image is like regulation or legislation. Both of them are fine to imagine for your understanding. So this, so I'm thinking. I'm first of all, let me confirm this one. But so I'm not a prophet. I'm not a I'm not a professional person, or nor I'm not an expert person of alcoholic drinks and marijuana or drug uses. And and also I'm familiar with adult content, or adult content creation, because I'm an adult content creator, or adult content creator using not platform, but using plural term for adult contents. But actually, so when it comes to, for example, lawmaking, when it comes to the state or the situation of lawmaking, for example, so I'm not an expert of lawmaking, and I have done some works related to regulations or laws of my country, or I have handled some businesses or works related to international businesses involving laws or regulations internationally. Anyway, but to start with, I'm not an expert of lawmaking, which is also what I'd like you to confirm, or what I'd like you to remember when listening to this episode. So coming back to the track of this episode. So why I began to told you these three stuff. These three things is because, so these three things are really, that is because these three things are not harmful to human societies, or so when it comes to talking about alcoholic drinks. So of course, I think you can understand that so too much drinking is harmful to human bodies. But actually, so taking moderate amount of alcoholic drink is it's good for the health of your body, or the physical health and psychological health of your bodies. So which is why I think for example when it comes to talking about alcoholic drinks, I think every country should permit or allow people to to drink to drink some sort of alcohol drinks alcoholic drinks. So which is why the consumption of alcoholic drinks is going to increase, and so that those countries which which permit alcoholic drinks can get some amount of tax some amount of income in the form of taxation or in the form of taxes. So which is why I think as I told you, alcoholic drinks should be permitted or forgiven or allowed. So and this I think this is the case to the other two things, and that they are marijuana and the other contents. So which means the thinking manner is the same. So each government wants tax. Each government wants incomes, which is really close, to or which is alike to individual. Maybe you want money and I want money and the people want money, which is why. So which is a case to every government, which is why. So if marijuana and marijuana or drugs and adult contents are allowed or permitted in every country, so people can pay money for buying or taking marijuana or drugs or marijuana drugs and adult contents, so that the economy economies economies also the market handling those. So marijuana and drugs and adult contents are going to rise. So which is why. So it's possible to generate a lot of income or generate. It's possible to generate a lot of benefits or in the form of, for example, monetary benefits. For example, so by 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 the permission of adult contents and marijuana. So like which to start with, it's really good for human societies to to handle those entertaining stuff. So so you don't have to take marijuana nor alcoholic drinks nor other contents just for surviving or just to live on. But actually, so those three things are really good for keeping your psychological health and the physical health physical health physical health and psychological health is in good condition or in better conditions. So which is why those three things are really recommendable, which is what I think. And but actually, so for example, drug dealing or crack dealings, drug dealings or crack dealings can be harmful. For example, so as I told you when I was talking about the instance of alcoholic drinks. So for example, if you take too much drugs or if you take too much marijuana, for example, so which is really harmful to your bodies, and which is why some kind of rules or regulations are necessary for deciding to which amount each individual can take, for example, to which amount of marijuana each individual can take should be decided, which is what I'm saying. And this is so when it comes to watching adult content, or when it comes to enjoying adult content, it's really it can be difficult. It can be difficult to so prescribe or make some kind of prescription for adult contents. But actually, so moderate amount of adult contents is good for each individual, and that is because so I can't extract individual thesis, but actually, so it is said that sexual desires are helpful for human bodies, or the physical health is of human bodies, and which is why enhancing or instigating sexual desires is is really good for it's good for your bodies, which is in which sense or in which way adult contents are really helpful, or adult contents are really beneficial for human societies. So thinking about which, so which is why some if there are some kind some if there are some rules, so those three things are really helpful for human societies, which is why, so as the title shows, so just prohibiting those three things, so just prohibiting, if there's a helpful stuff like drugs, other than those three things, if there is something which can be helpful for human bodies, but which looks like dangerous, so I think it's necessary to investigate that stuff or that something or that thing, so that it's so that human societies can understand whether that is dangerous or not, and which is why, so if that thing is really helpful for human societies like drugs or marijuana, or and alcoholic drinks and other contents, such a thing goes, that something should be allowed, or that something should be introduced into every human society, or into every country. So which is what I think. So to accept those things, including those three things, which are adult contents, marijuana, and alcoholic drinks. So legislations or lawmaking processes are necessary for introducing those things into every human society. So that is because, if there's no rule, or if there's no prescription, for example. So, for example, taking using marijuana. If your country allows the usage of marijuana in medical ways, or just enjoying. So I don't know which country you live in, but actually, so if for example marijuana is tolerated, or marijuana is permitted in your country, so maybe, and in the case of the usages of medical treatment using marijuana, for example, in such a case, there have to be some prescriptions regulating the amount of marijuanas to be used. So which is why, so it's if some kind of prescriptions are necessary, so it's fine to create those prescriptions based on the rules or legislations or the regulations or the laws of each country. So which is why, which is why, so just prohibiting is not efficient. Just prohibiting is not, it's really bad for human societies. But rather, so I think it's fine, or I think it's much better to create some regulations or rules or laws for permitting for accepting those three things, including, and to accept those three things, and if there is another thing which can be, such a thing can be found in thanks to the progresses of scientific researches, for example. So if such a thing is discovered, it's fine to investigate and make rules, or it's fine to make laws for accepting, for introducing that thing into every country, which is the idea what I'd like, which is the idea I'd like you to know this time. And I have, so what I'm telling you is an idea. It's an idea, not drug, or not specific drug, or not specific adult contents, not specific alcoholic drinks, but an idea. And the idea is converged into the title, and the title is not prohibition, but legislation. So the conclusion is every government should okay marijuana, alcoholic drinks, and other adult contents. So which is what I'd like you to know this time. So that's it. Thank you very much for your listening. See you.